actively attacked the vehicle. Fair to say?
Objection is the characterization.
I'll overrule it. You can answer it.
I wouldn't say attacked. We had a mass of people. I wouldn't say necessarily attacked.
No, you wouldn't. And you also can't tell us who laid hands on the vehicle, can you?
No, there's a lot of people.
Yes, you told us who was there. Enrico Fiola was present.
Yeah.
Sal Perry was present.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Samperi was present.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Burnson was present.
Mm-hmm.
Tanner was present.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes.
Jacob Villalobos was present. And you knew all these guys very well, correct?
Yeah.
You played sports with all of them, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You grew up with all these kids, correct?
I did.
But you can't tell us who it was that started shaking the vehicle.
It's not that I couldn't tell you who. It's that I didn't specifically look around and remember who was who. I know who all my friends are, obviously, yes, but I don't know where their positions are. I don't know their experiences. I was paying attention to myself and looking at the car. I wasn't watching everyone else's doings.
Isn't it that you don't want to tell us? You don't want to tell us what your friends did that night?
Honestly, I wish I could, but I don't know.
Well, you can. Go ahead, tell us.
Well, I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know where my friends' position were or where they were, no.
But you knew how you came out of that house.
Yeah, because I
An
walked
object
it.
is asked and answered at this point.
I'll sustain the objection.
And you're telling us that they drove up and down the road 3 to 4 times, you've said?
Yeah.
Multiple times. And that at some point they drove off down towards Farmhouse Lane, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And would you agree that that is about 2 football fields away from where the Rich House is?
Yeah, it's a good distance.
And you claim that you saw only 2 of your friends walk down towards Farmhouse Lane, right?
I just knew 2 specifically. There could have been more. I know that Ricky and Tyler went and encountered him.
Do you know that because they told you that, or because you saw that?
They were the ones that actually had discussed that they were going to go down and talk to them. So once they started going, I came back and I don't know if anyone else trailed after them.
Did you see them go down to Farmhouse Lane?
Yeah, I saw them. I walked inside, but I watched them head towards Lido. Yes.
Those, you think only those 2 people were the ones that walked down there?
No, I just know that those 2 people. I don't know specifically who else.
And you told us you didn't hear anything go on down there?
No,
at
I went
Farmhouse
back
Lane?
inside.
You went back inside. You remember that?
Yes.
Who else went back inside with you?
Majority of people.
Alex Burnson?
I'm not sure. At that time, I just kind of met Burns. I wasn't really looking out for him.
Did Enrico Fiola go back inside with you?
No,
Did Sal Perry go back inside with you?
I'm not sure.
Did Mike Samperi go back inside with you?
I'm not sure.
Did Tanner Ternowski go back inside with you?
I'm not sure.
Did Jacob Villalobos go back inside with you?
I'm not sure. There's a lot of us. You're naming 6 of the 40 kids. I don't know where everyone's exact whereabouts were at every given moment. I apologize.
No apology necessary. When you spoke with officers before, though, you didn't mention anything to them about friends going down to Farmhouse Lane, did you?
Well, I was in a panic and just explained what I had actually did, the big things. It didn't
So
come
you
down to
didn't tell them
details.
about that, correct?
I don't remember exactly what I told them. That was 3 years ago.
You told them that everybody went back inside and only one person remained outside to see if the St. Joe's kids were going to come back, right?
No, I didn't specifically say that. I just know that somebody, I don't know how many people, but majority had funneled in and someone had mentioned that they were back.
And that one kid just stayed outside to see if the St. Joe's kids were going to come back, right?
Yeah, someone actually was outside. I don't remember who it was, and they were looking, but it wasn't like.
Well, did one kid stay outside or did 2 kids go down to Farmhouse Lane?
Those are 2 separate events. They went down and spoke to them. Then when they were down at the, I don't know anything that happened in that conversation, what they saw, what they said, anything about it, but I watched them walk down the road towards them. And then at separate times, we all funneled back inside. Someone was outside still. I don't know if they were looking for them, but someone was still outside, and then they had mentioned that they had came back.
Who was that?
It was someone just yelled like they're back, and everyone was like, "What?" and all funneled out the back doors.
And in fact, you continued texting throughout this time period, didn't you?
I think the text had died down a lot once they had fully arrived. There was a couple texts sent. Yeah.
There were a couple of texts sent, or you sent texts, Mr. Marcinczyk?
Well, multiple people sent texts. I included, yes.
You sent texts,
Yeah,
correct?
I sent texts. They sent texts. Multiple people sent texts.
In fact, you snapped a photograph of Mr. Snyder's car sitting outside and texted that with a caption on it, taunting them, didn't you?
Yeah.
This was after they had shown up and driven away, correct?
No, that's as they just showed up. I took that picture first thing.
Also, you took that picture before you went outside,
No, I took that picture outside when they had arrived.
and you said, sitting ducks, ODE, very scared, right?
Yes.
And then you asked, how's your car, pussy? Full, that's crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was after you'd gotten out?
It's after they had driven up and down, I believe.
That's after they'd driven up and
Or
down the
driven
street.
up.
You're continuing to text them at that point, right?
I believe so.
Are you still feeling pressure to do that from other people?
I never felt any pressure in the first place to be texting them.
Oh, okay. You didn't feel pressure before when you sent the LGD 43 LGD address?
No, there wasn't pressure to do that. It was dudes being dudes talking.
Just dudes talking?
I mean, yeah, we were expecting to fight, not any of this.
You were expecting to fight.
Once we had told them to come, yeah, I don't think we're gonna have them come and like there'd be no point in having them come. Yeah.
Did you say 43 Laurel Glen Drive, 30 to 40 dudes here?
I don't exactly recall, but if I did, then yeah.
You didn't mention those texts, however, when you were talking with the police, right?
I don't recall. I don't think so. I don't know that it wasn't asked. Once I was asked about them, I told them about them. Yeah.
Oh, once you were asked about them, you told them that they
Okay,
existed, but before that, you didn't think that was important to share with them?
Not really. It was argumentative. It's a lot of just hearsay nonsense back and forth between the two of us. Yes, I told them where to go, but that doesn't invite anything that happened on that night.
Mr. Marcinczyk, you didn't tell the cops about that because you thought it might get you in trouble, didn't you?
I don't know exactly what my thoughts were when I was 16. I could have been scared. I'm not sure.
You didn't think maybe you'd get in trouble for luring somebody over and then getting into a fight?
I mean, you said it yourself. I said the address with how many people. I wouldn't necessarily call that luring. They knew what they were getting themselves into.
Sir, what I said was you texted them the address, but you didn't say 30 to 40 dudes here, did you?
That's what you said.
That's not what I said, sir. Is
Well,
that
I had a
what you
misconception.
said?
I need to be looking at the same text you're looking at. I don't remember text I sent 3 years ago.
Let's see. At some point, you described there was a second encounter when the car came back, correct?
Yeah.
And you were inside when the car returned?
Yeah, when I had gotten outside, the car was already parked in the street.
I'm talking about the second encounter when the car comes back, as you described, and the fight occurs out on the lawn. Okay?
Yes, like the fight. Yes, when everyone gets outside, the car's already parked, and the two of them are making their way towards the yard.
How did you know that the car was already outside?
There was a bunch of us there. They had said that the car had returned.
Did you see the car outside?
Did I see it return?
Yes.
Like, did I watch it come to a complete stop and return? No, I did not.
Where were you when the car
I
returned?
was inside.
You were inside the house?
Yes.
And so you came to learn that the car had returned because somebody,
It was just, we were all together. It was known. Yes.
did you just see people start to funnel outside, or did you hear somebody say, hey, the car's here?
Both.
Both of those things
Yeah.
occurred.
Car's here. We funneled outside.
And you didn't think, guys, we should stay inside right now. There's really no need to go outside the house if the car's back.
No, obviously not. I should have. It's a more mature way to look at it. Yeah. But I was 16 and immature and walked outside to go watch a fight.
Go watch a fight.
Yeah. Because at that point, no one was really involved. Like, the people arguing were the people arguing now.
So at some point you get back outside into the yard. You see Tyler Da Silva out there.
Yes.
You see Valle out there.
Yes.
and you see Jack Snyder out there.
Jack Snyder was driving.
Jack Snyder was driving is what you told us here today, but when you spoke with the cops, you said all three of them got out of the vehicle. Did you not?
I don't recall if I said that back then. Like, I might have misconstrued it a little bit. All three of them were there, but Jack remained in the vehicle.
And you did tell the officers that all three of the parties were out of the vehicle with the doors open, correct?
I mean, at one point, all doors were open on the vehicle.
You said everyone exited the house and approached the three parties on the lawn, correct?
Yeah.
Three parties,
Yeah.
Snyder, De Silva, and Valle, correct?
Yeah, I said that in the moment. I don't know why I said that, honestly, but probably didn't assume two dudes would hop out and fight everyone. I thought maybe he was out of the car. I didn't see him somewhere, but then I noticed him in the car once they got in and instantly drove off.
And in fact, when you got out, you saw Tyler Rich and Tyler De Silva talking, correct?
Yeah, there were words.
Were they fighting at that point?
No.
And to your knowledge, did Mr. De Silva and Mr. Rich know each other?
I can't speak. I want to say they did, but I'm not sure.
And you said that they began exchanging words, correct?
Yeah.
And at this point, how many people from the party, the Shelton kids, were out there in the lawn?
Majority of us.
30 to 40?
Probably 30. Not all kids were outside, and I know kids that stayed inside.
Who were you standing beside?
What was that? Sorry.
Who were you standing beside?
I was kind of near the vicinity of Tanner. I wasn't really like up with everyone, or with anybody specifically. Like, I was just kind of observing.
What was Tanner doing?
At the time, Tanner was observing, and then he pulled out his phone and eventually recorded.
Tanner was filming this?
Eventually, once the fight broke out, yeah, he took a video.
Was he the only person filming?
I'm not sure, but at least to my knowledge, yes.
You were standing over by where Mr. De Silva was on the ground being attacked, correct?
Yeah, well, him and Rich were wrestling on the ground, yes.
It wasn't just Mr. De Silva and Mr. Rich that were going at it by themselves, was it?
Honestly, they were like, them two were the main ones. They were on the ground with each other. It's not like no one else was with Tyler on the ground, or Tyler Rich I'm referring to. Like, no one else was helping him on the ground. But it was mainly just them two kind of going back and forth on the ground.
Just the two of them. Everybody was standing back to the side, letting them go at it.
I'm not going to speak up for people, or specifics. Or like, I'm sure he caught a shot or two from somebody else, but like, it was mainly like, I remember seeing him on the ground. Rich had his shirt pulled up. Silva's whole back was out. I remember seeing it. Like, Rich was on the ground. Silva was on top of him, but Rich kind of had him in like a chokehold kind of thing, but like, not really. Like, just like holding him down so he couldn't like get on top of him.
And you had such a good view of that because somebody was using their phone to live stream that, and the flashlight was on, wasn't it?
There was flashlights on, yeah.
And somebody was live streaming that whole thing, weren't they?
Live streaming?
Yes, sir.
I don't think anybody was live streaming this.
You don't think anybody was live
I have
streaming
no
this?
I have no knowledge of anyone live streaming this
You think
event.
somebody just pulled out their phone and turned on the flashlight and was holding it up to show the fight going on?
Are you confusing a video for a live stream? Because a live stream is lively streamed, and a video is not live streamed. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I appreciate the distinction, sir. I'm not confused.
So you are asking about a live stream? No, I don't. To my knowledge, no one recorded a live stream. No.
Not to your knowledge.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I've never heard once of a live stream.
But you would agree that somebody had their phone out, it was open, and at least it had the flashlight on, correct?
Yeah.
And that was shining on Mr. De Silva and the fight that was going on there, correct?
Yes.
You saw that.
Yes.
You were close to that.
Yeah.
You said the scene was chaotic, correct?
Yeah.
You've told us today that there were only two people that were in the yard that were fighting from the St. Joe's kids, correct?
Yes.
You told the officers there were three, that it included Mr. Snyder, correct?
there were 3 involved. I could have said it like that. He wasn't literally involved in the fight, but he was their driver.
And you said Mr. Rich and Mr. De Silva began exchanging words, and they soon became involved in a physical altercation, correct?
Yes, they eventually were involved in an altercation. Yes.
Again, how did they become involved in a physical altercation?
Well, once it looked like to us that Lito was going to swing on our friend Ty, Rich had just thrown a punch onto him and then stopped worrying about him, and him and De Silva started fighting.
I see. You said we thought that Lito was going to
Like that was
throw a
like
punch.
everyone kind of saw it. Like at least what.
Sir, you don't know what everyone saw, do you?
No, I don't. You're right. I'm sorry. I don't know. We all saw it, but I saw him make a little move towards Ty, and Rich punched him, and then he turned towards De Silva because whoever was over there was just dealing with that.
You saw Mr. Valle
Yeah, that's what started the fight, and then
make
once
a
he,
movement of some sort?
yeah, like they were squared
Describe
up to
that
each
movement.
other, just like he was like it was. He didn't make a big enough movement, but he twitched like in the wrong way that looked like it could have been aggressive, and obviously Rich is going to defend his boy.
So the first punch was thrown by a Shelton High kid. That's correct, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that punch hit Mr. Valle, didn't it?
Yes.
And thereafter, it did become chaotic, didn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, everybody swarmed, the 30 or 40 of you, the 2 people that were there in that yard, correct?
No, there was a lot of people also watching. It wasn't like, obviously we're not gonna like you saw pictures of them afterwards. They didn't get stomped on by multiple tens of people. Like there was a couple kids, yeah, on each of them, but like I once the fight broke out, I didn't see Lito anymore because the crowd and it went down. The crowd blocked that all, and I was just looking at De Silva fighting Rich.
The crowd blocked it off because they were swarming. There were at least 8 to 10 people attacking both of them, correct?
I can't say. I didn't see 8 to 10 people on De Silva, but I can't speak for Lito.
Did you see Mr. Villalobos involved in the fight?
Towards the end, he actually put De Silva to his feet and shoved him towards the road with the help of a few of his other buddies.
Did you see that, or did you watch a video?
No, that happened because when I was watching De Silva fight, he got lifted up and pushed out.
You saw that yourself?
Yeah, I was watching. Like I said, I was able to see the De Silva interaction.
Okay. Did you see Charles Connery involved in the fight?
I did not see him involved. No.
Did you see Ryan Hines involved in the fight?
He was. I know he was on the left side, but he was in Lito's area. They were all crowded together, so I didn't see him specifically do anything.
Didn't see Sal Perry involved in the fight?
I'm not sure.
You didn't see Michael Sampieri involved in the fight?
I did not see Michael at the time. No.
Didn't see Alex Burnson involved in the fight?
I saw Alex Bernstein.
Oh, what did you see Alex Burnson do?
He would when he threw a couple punches at De Silva, but nothing crazy. Like he threw some extra ones, but while Rich was wrestling him, he gave him a few.
Was he wearing a shirt?
I think he had it off.
It's hard to tell because there were a couple of folks that took off their shirts for this, right?
I'm not sure. Burns a big dude, so he stood out, and I'm pretty sure he had his shirt off.
Did you see Mr. McGrath involved in the fight?
I did not. He was on the other side.
Did you see Tyler Rich involved in the fight?
Yes.
Did you see Faison Teal involved in the fight?
I did not. He was on the other side as well.
Did you see Michael Lokovich involved in the fight?
I don't recall if he was involved, but he was in my general area of De Silva.
Did you see Tommy Connery involved in the fight?
He was also on the farther side, so I'm not sure if he was in there or not.
In fact, it was hard to see what was going on the other side because that side had encircled and descended upon Mr. Valle, correct?
Objection, he said he didn't see.
Sustained.
Did you say that you didn't see or that it was hard to see?
I didn't see. Once the people came in front of me, I said it. I didn't see at first and followed it up by saying it was hard to see, but I meant for both. I couldn't see. people were swarming. Yes, I didn't see it, but I didn't specifically see anyone go to the ground on him, multiple people. So I can't speak on that.
People swarmed him, correct?
Objection, just testified he couldn't see.
Sir, overruled. You can answer that if you know.
Like, obviously people, yes, huddled around, but I didn't, like, I saw more people standing than doing anything.
Did you remain in that same position throughout the course of this fight? Where you've described by the red bush and the
Yeah,
cement square? You did not yourself throw any punches?
No.